It's Monday morning and I've got a rubbish guitar on the bench. Should we go and find out how rubbish it really is? Battery exhausted, she says. I'm fucking exhausted. Well, welcome back to another Monday morning. It is Monday morning. I'm filming this on a Friday afternoon, which is my favourite time to film fluff pieces. My name's Paul. This is Milo Studios. If you can't read, the odd bit of bad language will land in this video. If you don't like bad language and you're on the internet, well, good luck with that. But if you don't like it, you can vote with your feet. Please don't watch the video if you're easily offended. This is a special one. The Fluff Piece video series is designed to get eyes on my channel. I actually make guitars, most of you know that by now. But it's developing. I started looking at cheap guitars you can buy, and I'll still do that, but we need to mix it up, don't we? Because people get bored. If you want to know how bored people get, just ask Mrs. Richards what it's like in the bedroom these days. Horrific. Very belly to belly, very coughing in the ear. Yeah, anyway, I'll probably edit that out. I've got an interesting one. Someone sent me a box of magic. Yes! If there's one thing you know about me, is that I don't really know much about electricery. Let's meet this week's guitar first. Ta-da! You've seen the thumbnail. I mean, you know what's coming. I've got a Classic Vibe. It's the 60s one because it's got a normal size. It's got a normal size headstock, not one of those puke-inducing massive things. Don't like the big headstock. If you like the big headstock, comment below. Don't care what you like, but it's always nice to comment below, innit? Everyone likes a comment, and subscribe as well if you're not subscribed. It helps the channel, and more importantly, helps my fucking ego. Oh, hark at the tones in that. I don't know what this is made of. It looks like wood, so there's a good start. It's got a glossy neck and a glossy headstock. If it was me, I'd get rid of that and I'd Scotch-Brite the back. Someone did ask, what the fuck is Scotch-Brite? Well, that is Scotch-Brite scouring pad, whatever you call it in your neck of the woods. I use the red one for this, and if you want to mat up the back of a neck, you literally bung him on there, go with the grain, and give it a good rub. It'll just take the gloss off, and it'll give you a smoother experience. It does make all the difference. This has got a flat sawn maple neck. It is made in Indonesia, which I can tell you now is fine. My USA Strat, which I think I sold for about 1,500 quid, had a maple neck, a flat sawn maple neck. It had a rosewood fretboard. This is also a brown fretboard. Don't ask me for the specs, I've got a fucking clue, but it's brown. It's got a brown fretboard. The body is very, very pretty. I do love this burst. Whether it's older, whether it's Swamp Ash, whether it's Paulina, whatever, all I really want a Strat to be is light, and this one is perfect. The pickups will vary depending on how much you spend. Whether they vary for the better or worse, that's personal preference. I would take this over a USA Strat.
Come again?
You might think I'm bonkers. There's a lot to be said for made in America. And I can see why people want to buy USA. I can see why you want to do that. You're very patriotic over there.
This is a night for American!
Patriotic, you might even say. That's fine. I can respect that. I can respect your decisions. So, do you want to see the little box of tricks? Because banter starts at 0, by the way. I know I'm waffling, but that's what this video is all about. We're just fucking waffling. We're talking shit for 20 minutes. These go for $50, I think, doll hairs. They've sent it from America. America! It's American made. Get on that, boys. And it's called the Shape Shifter Switch. It replaces a tone pot in a Strat. It's for single coil guitars. So we're going to mod this guitar. Someone said to me ages ago, are you going to mod guitars? And I didn't really envisage that, but I am going to, because it's quite cool, isn't it? Only simple stuff. This is a shape shifter pot. It's very simple to connect in. You just replace a tone pot and that's it, I think. It's a piece of piss to fit. And what it does, it's got 10 positions. Lots of positions, and it affects the mids of a guitar, and it can make a single coil guitar much beefier. I could be getting that all completely wrong, but we'll see in the demos. It's cool as fuck. So the video is not sponsored. It's not sponsored, but he did send me a few, and I said, look, I'll be happy to have a crack and put it on a guitar, because ultimately we're advertising for Shapeshifter. I'll put a link to the website for this geezer. Small business in America. He's making something pretty cool that I thought you might want to know about. So he's not paying me to make the video. He's just sent me a few of these. I'll put some graphs up at the end and show you what it does sonically, because it does things with sound that I don't understand. I cut wood, for fuck's sake. I don't understand shape shifting, but I am interested to know what it's going to sound like. Let's do a little bit of preliminary looking at the Strat, shall we? I'll take some bits apart. I can't cut the strings under tension this week because the person that sent me this guitar did not leave the strings under tension.
See, I'm bitterly disappointed.
A lot of people do that when they post a guitar, they take the tension off the neck. I'm not sure it makes that much of a difference if it's well packaged, but I won't moan. Well, they put a special label under the clear coat, and they clear coat the back of the neck. The amount of people I've seen on videos saying, oh, you shouldn't have finish on the part of the neck that touches the body. Well, these are clear coated all the way through. Didn't matter a fuck, did it? Cool guitar, very cool guitar this. If you ever can't get your strings out of a Strat bridge, just pop an Allen key down in there and it'll knock a ball end out. Sometimes they get a little bit stuck in the trem block. Skinny trem block. Sometimes skinny ones will suffice. Very rare, admittedly, but there you go. So we've got our body out. It's very posh and new, hence the fact I've got the spunk towel out just in case we have any spillages. Let's have a little look at the electrics because everyone wants to see the pots. Reveal the pots. I will get round to having a brief look at the frets. So we've got a bit of slack on the cables. Look at that's the smallest pots I've ever seen. They're the teeniest pots I've ever seen. I didn't think they could get that small.
That's what she said.
We've got a switch that does a bit of switching. So we're going to have to swap one of them out with this behemoth. Look at the size of that fucker. Naturally, I've got another Strat coming up in about a month or so. And that one, I won't be putting that on. I'll be doing the Gilmore mod on that just to show you all how to do it, because that's actually a really simple one. And you can do that yourselves at home with a teeny tiny switch. Single pole magnets. It's not a bar. I don't know what type they are. You can always Google it. This one's still online, but apparently they're better. Stop waffling, Paul. You ain't got a clue what you're fucking on about. So that's the body of that guitar. We've looked at it. It looks like a Strat, doesn't it? Ultimately, once you get to this price point, I don't really get into the specs and all the rest of it. If you pick it up and you play it, and if it makes you feel a little bit fucking turned on, it's the guitar for you, innit? When you go in a guitar shop, you're not considering pot sizes or whether you've got ceramic magnet pickups or even neck fretboard radiuses. That's not your initial thoughts when you go into a shop and buy a guitar. You do shop like that online sometimes, you go off specs. And I think that's where a lot of people get het up in their own, what they think is the guitar they love. I don't know the radius of this. Should we have a little look? Fertilizer said that they mentioned in an email that I didn't show everyone the radius card. Well, I didn't because everyone sells these. So as expected, it's a 9.5 radius. This is the second guitar where I've really considered and had a little look at what the fretboard radius, and I always thought that 12-inch radius was what I love the best. 9.5 feels lovely. It does feel lovely. It doesn't choke out bends. It doesn't do any of that sort of thing. I had a misconception that a 9.5 radius was not as good as a 12. I was fucking wrong. There are lots of very, very good guitar players that really can feel the tiniest nuances, but most of you are like me, ham-fisted fucking morons. Oh, this is going to be cool. Right, this is hilarious because I'm asking the geezer, how do I do this? I'm sending pictures over to America. How do I wire this up? And he's going, yeah, you just do it like this and you'll essentially have this. I still ain't got a fucking clue what I'm looking at. But essentially, let's dumb it down because I'm hoping that some of you are as dumb as me. You take out your middle pot. The only thing you've got to alter is normally there's an earth going from the two-tone pots to the volume pot, and I've just had to replace that one so it just goes all the way over. That's it. That is it. It's as simple as you go. And I've tested it and I've got an output. So I'm going to put it back together and see if it works. But before we do that, I'll do that off camera because, you know, fuck me. Let's have a little look at this neck. We'll check for cheeky rockers and we'll just see where we are with her. Hopefully she's just lovely and needs a little touch up. Nothing inappropriate, just the usual banter. Right, here's my neck. I'm not going to bother putting it in the jig. There's no need to do that today. I'm going to leave my soldering iron on because invariably I'll get the electronics wrong and I've got to make adjustments. Don't think that's the case today because it's supposed to be idiot proof. But as you are well aware, Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. So I'm just gonna very quickly check that my neck is flat. Notched, straight edge, get a good one. If you're gonna get a good one, there are no affiliate links for that here. Invariably, when you take your strings off, your neck is gonna go into back bow because the truss rod is under tension against the strings. So I've got a bit of a back bow. I need to adjust that. And it was just under a touch of tension, she was. Oh, that's very loose. Is that a sign of a perfectly manufactured neck? I've got to have just a smidgen on that truss rod and it is perfectly flat. In theory, you should have your truss rod completely slack when there's no strings on guitar and the neck should be flat. But wood's not a fucking perfect entity, is it? So I can't moan at that. That's pretty good to me. Let's have a little look. Right up the middle. I'm gonna go with my tap and level method that everyone loves, which is incidentally something I've learned whilst doing this video series. Check my first fret. Well, I'm going up and down this neck. It's gonna take a little while. I'll do it off camera, but one thing I have noticed, because these are quite soft frets, they are an absolute twat to tap down and adjust because they're not that tight in the grooves. I'm gonna carry on dressing these up and I'll see you when we put the fucking thing back together. Right, stop the press. The Classic Vibe has let itself down stinking. This fret wire is glary quality. I mean, I'm tapping it with a fretting hammer and it is deforming and doing nasty shit. That is no good. These frets have got to come off. I'm gonna refret it. I'm gonna refret it with stainless steel frets from Stu Max. If someone will get a nice upgrade, I'll do the fret job off camera. I'm gonna put narrow, tall, traditional style, but a little bit taller stainless steel frets on here. We might need a new nut. Who fucking knows? I'll see you in a minute. Revelations. I'm a little bit sad. excuse the shitty sound, because some of you are going to want clean tones and chords and things. So neck pickup with the old Do For What's It box of tricks. Clean neck pickup on a Strat, minging. Lots of trickery. Anyway, do what you want with that. Well, having been about 1 million years since I filmed the rest of this video, get the phone off, Paul, let's be professional. I was a bit pissed off with this guitar. I was pissed off because the frets were shit. They were like on that border where I don't want to ship it out having not done something to it, because that's not really a good deal for the next person who buys it. But this video really was all about the shapeshifter. It was all about the shapeshifter, wasn't it? There you go. And I've got a spare one of these. So if you've got this far in the video, if you comment and you subscribe, then next Monday, I'll choose someone wherever you are in the world. Don't give a shit. All you got to do is comment and be subscribed after this video, and I'll send one to you and you can give it a try yourself. It's a really cool switch that I didn't understand to start with. I couldn't get my head around it.
I'm stupid.
But we've been playing it, and Mr. North's been playing it, and we've had a fiddle, with the guitar. That's not that fucking sort of relationship. Calm yourselves down. And actually it's really cool because it does different things with different people. Matt was all over the shop with it. He loved it. Me, I tended to just find the sweet spot, especially for the bridge pickup, which I don't like in the Strat. I could find the sweet spot and it would live there. So it worked really nicely. It's a different switch for different people. I mean, essentially it's a tone pot. Of course it's a tone pot, we're not fucking stupid, but there's more to it. And it's a really cool little nifty bit. So I'm really happy I got sent some. I will be using them again. I'm gonna save one for my own build because I'm a selfish bastard and I want one at home. When I make my own Strats, I just do one volume, one tone. I would just use that in place of the tone pot. Yeah, so that's all I'm going to say. So Win, thank you for sending me that. Thank you for watching the video, everyone. That was a quick one, wasn't it? I've got a whip off. I've got a special guest coming today. Yes! Everyone who's watched the channel from the start knows that I'm friends with a guy called Doc from Silton and Guitars. There's one of his t-shirts up there, look. Sneaky! He makes amazing guitars in Canada. Check him out on Instagram. He also winds his own pickups. He was taught by Dylan. Dylan Talks Tone, who you probably watch. And he donated 2 full sets of pickups to help with a charity drive that we've done throughout the year. If you've donated to the Leukemia Care link below, you're fucking legendary. Every time I look, it makes me more and more emotional. And I'm not an emotional guy, at least not when I'm fully clothed. At the end of the London Marathon, we'll be moving on to a new charity. And I'm not sure what one that's going to be yet, but I do want to do some wing walking next year. And I'm sure a lot of you want to see me shit my pants stood on a fucking biplane. I'll see you next week. I'll see you Friday. New build week. Yes, new build week. Woo! And it's a charity build. We're doing it for free. So make sure you're subscribed. The build series are going to include a prize at the end to a subscriber. Every time. Because people keep sending me shit. And I'm going to give it to you. Fuck it. See you soon.
Fuck you very much.